Second year in College Park.
Yes.
Last year in college.
Mm-hmm.
Just your thoughts heading into the season, coming off of the last season, your first season here.
I really enjoyed my last season. It was an experience just because I'm like home this time. I think each year that I've transferred, I've gotten a little closer, and just being in the spot where I'm supposed to be and grew up in is really special. And just seeing all my family in the stands and like even my friends from my childhood was really important to me. So I'm excited to go into this year with that same experience. And then just building off of, the end of the tournament last year is what I'm looking to do.
What was it like this time having an off season and staying home?
It was good. It was good. It's funny because you think like you go home more when you're closer to home,
Right.
but I feel like I don't do it as much because I'm already home.
Right.
So when I was at UVA, I just moved a lot, like tried to come home as much as possible. And now my mom's like, Mira, when you coming home? But this time I'm just showing up unannounced, at my house. So it's fun. It does kind of give me less of like the traveling vibe or like being away from home. So just being home and being in Maryland has allowed me to expand my resources and network a little bit more. It's because I know this is where I'm from and where I'll end up being for a while.
I talked with Alucci already, and she was talking about I asked her about the defensive potential of this group. She mentioned you immediately. Your thoughts on how good you guys could be on that end of the floor and how that could pay off, like you said, wanting to build off of last year.
Yeah, I'm super excited to play some defense this year. Last year, we struggled a little bit at the end because of injuries, but I think the initial idea of being a good defensive team was there, and I think it's carried into this year with who the coaches have been able to recruit from the portal. Obviously, Aluci's a really good defender, and we love playing with each other on the defensive end, as well as the offensive end, but defense specifically. And then in the beginning of the year, our coach asked us to give her some goals, and a lot of it, I think, was offensive-minded, but one of my goals was to be a really good defensive team and to hold teams to a lower standard of what their average is. So I think that is a big emphasis this year, and we've already put in a lot of defensive schemes, so we're super excited to kind of implement that and be able to see how far we can push it with other teams and kind of dictate on the defensive side rather than the opposing side.
Lastly, second year in the Big Ten as well. Last year, some of the teams from out west made the trip east. You guys are making the trip out west this year. Your thoughts on those trips? Looking forward to them at all?
Yeah, I think a lot of us are just looking forward to it. I think especially during the basketball season where it's kind of cold, we're kind of looking forward to, warm up a little bit. I know it's not that much of a difference, but just the travel idea in perspective of, what they had to do, which is really hard, is travel across country. I've never really had to travel across the country to play basketball. Outside of us traveling for when we went to Croatia last year, for example. But I think it should be an experience for us all, something that we can learn from, and also just put on our resume that we can do hard things, because traveling across the country to play a game or two is hard, but I think it'll kind of show us a little bit about ourselves and how well we can handle adversity.